Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over how to record your sales and mark used inventory in a case. So first, we're going to go to our event screen. We're going to locate the case that we created in the last video, and I'll open it up. And you'll notice we have a device used tab over here, and we don't have anything in it yet. So what we need to do is mark used inventory. So click on the three dots button in the lower right corner, where you'll click Mark Used Inventory. If you don't have the inventory that you need, you can create an inventory request from this screen, which will automatically link the request to the case and signal to your manufacturer that you need inventory that they can then fulfill to you with a transfer. If you need to do that, check out the other video in this series about requesting inventory for a case. But in this video, we're going to go through marking used inventory. So go ahead and click on that option. And you'll notice that if it's enabled for you, you have the option here to add your own inventory. If for some reason the inventory you need is not or has not been transferred into your custody. We also have the option here for scan to add, where you can scan a barcode, so like a UDI barcode that would be on a sterilely packaged product or otherwise on a medical device label. You can scan that barcode, and as long as the data is in ConnectSX, it will automatically add that item to the case for you. So previously it would just pull it up in the search filters, but no, now it'll actually just add the item directly to the case, one scan for one add at a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's a pretty sweet new feature that we have. Otherwise, we have all of these different inventory filters here that you can use to search for the inventory that you need. So maybe you need to search by catalog number or search within a specific container, or you're looking for inventory that is not expired specifically or is expiring soon. It goes on and on. So once you enter your filters, you can scroll down and see the inventory that is returned in your search. And when you find the devices that you want to select, click Select, and they will get added to the Selected tab right here. You can see a few things here. You can see all of the information about the item. Is it loose or is it in the container? What's the lot? Whose custody is it in? It should be in your custody if you're a sales user. But I'll also, if we scroll up here a little bit, you can also uncheck this box for only show inventory in rep's custody. If you are part of a distributor group that's sharing inventory, you might want to uncheck this box, which will then show all of the inventory that's also in the distributor's custody. You can also then see how much of each item is available to use. So let's click over to the Selected tab now and look at the items that we just selected. You can see it automatically defaults to adding one item out of the 4 that are available. But if we want to modify that quantity, we can play with the plus and minus buttons. You can also click right into the field and type in the number that you want to use. And then if you need to remove an item from the selection, just hit the red X and it'll get removed. So now we only have 2 selected items with a total of 5 devices going to be added. So if everything looks good here, I'll hit next. And again, do a review of what you just selected and make any modifications that you need and hit mark as used. Now we can see each of these items has been added, and if we expand it, you can see the actual item level detail. If you need to make any adjustments, hit the pencil icon here to edit the info, as long as this has been enabled for you by your company admin. Sometimes that may be up to which settings have been applied. So if I click that pencil icon here, you can see I can modify price, I can modify the status. There's different usage statuses that you could apply to this device. Change whether it's single use. If single use is turned to off, that means this item will get added back into your inventory after the case has been completed, so it won't get consumed. So if you want the item to be consumed, definitely make sure it's marked single use. And then we also have an option here to mark an item as no charge. All right, I'll hit save. If you If your manufacturer has entered facility contract pricing, so these would be the contracts that you guys have with your facilities, saying how much each device will cost there. Those can be stored in the directory by your manufacturer, and if they have been, the prices will appear here for you automatically. So you won't even need to mess with or worry about the pricing. And in many cases, you may not be able to. It will be frozen to the facility contract price. But if you're seeing this warning symbol, like I have here next to this item, that signifies that there is not a facility contract price entered for that item. So you'll want to review your price and make sure it's correct. All right. So we have a few options. Moving on here, you can remove inventory if you need to. You can also add more inventory. At the very bottom, you can also add cost adjustments or additional line items to the sales order. So this might be something like a shipping charge. And if you add an additional cost or adjustment, these will show up on the sales order so you can bill for them. However, they will not be incorporated into sales reporting. These will not be considered sales as they are additional charges or expenses. So after that, you can click on the three dots button in the lower right corner, and you can see here that we have the option Submit for Billing, which will be our next step that we cover in our next video. So come back and tune in for that video so we can finish out this workflow and get your case billed for.